Ah, nothing like a great episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to start the morning. I actually got to hear the opening and ending theme in this episode. In the first episode, it kind of just cut through them. And to be honest, I thought the opening theme was a little bit mellow, considering that this is a JoJo opening theme. Usually I expect the opening themes to be very hype. I mean, it's still like pretty good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's the classic, the rock opening theme. But I don't know, it just felt a little bit mellow. The ending theme, on the other hand, the ending theme was straight up sex music. You guys notice that? But yeah, really, really good episode. We opened up actually with Giorno's past, and I didn't think that we were going to get it that quickly. And I actually really liked his backstory. It was interesting because you see, you got this guy, or kid, I should say, and his mom always constantly neglecting him. Absolute bitch of a woman, and we still don't really know what the heck happened with her and Dio, how that hookup got started, uh, but it didn't affect her life. It doesn't seem like having sex with a vampire. She's like, oh yeah, that was a thing I did. Anyway, I'm just gonna stay out and party all night. Goodbye, son. And then she marries another man, and the stepfather is abusive towards him, so neglected by his mother, beaten by his stepfather. His life is just going quite shitty for him. Oh, plus he's getting bullied. Of course, every anime character has to get bullied at least once. And then by chance, there's this wounded man in an alleyway, and he feels bad for him because he kind of connects with him. He's like, yeah, I feel lonely too. And when these people are coming up like, which way did he go? He tells them the wrong way, and it turns out that guy later comes to him and he's fully healed, and he comes to the boy and he says, I will never forget what you did for me that day in the alleyway. And it turns out I laughed out loud when I found this, when I was watching this and I found this. It turns out that guy was a gangster. and he decided to pay him back, but using his connections to basically control all the people around him. Like, oh, your dad's gonna stop beating you. I'm gonna have a word with your dad. He's gonna stop beating you now. Oh, those bullies? You don't have to worry about those bullies anymore. They're gonna stop bullying you. Don't worry about that. Oh, that ice cream cone you just got? Triple scoop it every time. I love this kid. He saved my life. I loved that backstory. I really did. So he ends up growing up to admire gangsters, and there's some sort of drug problem in Italy, or in this area of Italy that they're in, and it seems like he's going against the drug problem, and he sees gangsters now as people who are solving the drug problem, because the gangster he looked up to was like drug salesman or bad or something like that. They sell to the women and children, and it's awful. So Jonah is against that, and he wants to be a big gangster. He wants to run the top 2 gangsters out of here, and he wants to overtake, and he's going to theoretically stop this drug problem using his influence, which is good. It's good quality. We didn't get any Koichi or Jotaro in this episode. We were focused completely on Giorno and Bruno, and I don't know Bruno's backstory yet. All I know is that he was working for one of the gangsters, and that he was told to go take out whoever. Actually, is Leaky-Eyed Luca dead? I think he's dead, isn't he? Or he was hurt. He was hurt by Giorno. He's guilty of that. But yeah, Bruno was just sent to go take care of the guy who hurt Luca. Who, I see his eyeball on his fingers, and I'm like, is he dead? Was there another guy who came afterward and just chopped him up? And the fight with Giorno and Bruno was overall pretty cool. It was cool to learn their abilities. Found out that Bruno has basically a portal ability with his zippers, so he can go through solid objects. He can go inside objects and just hide in there, like a little portal space in there, which was kind of cool. Giorno's ability is kind of weird though. So he does turn solid objects, and he can turn them into animals, and I'm guessing he can order them to do stuff, I'm guessing, and if you hit the animal, then that will be deflected back at you. So it's specifically the nature thing. Oh yeah, and he made grass grow as a kid subconsciously. So yeah, it's nature based. Nature based. Okay. So he also has the ability when he punches someone, it's like he makes their senses go berserk or something like that. Also, it's funny because the subs that I was reading, it read Golden Wind, but I heard it very clearly in English say Gold Experience. He punches you or he hits you or something, and then you like come out of your body, and your body is vulnerable for a certain amount of time, and everything happens really slowly, and you can't really do anything about it, I guess. So it is interesting how he finds Bruno while Bruno is running away, and he's like, I can't let him get away, I can't let him sell me out, you know? So he finds Bruno. Bruno is hiding inside of someone's body, and he turns Bruno's tooth into a fly, and I guess he orders it to go back to your owner. So the fly is flying around the person that he's hiding in, and the person goes to smack the fly. He succeeds, but of course it gets reflected at him, and therefore it gets reflected at Bruno, who is inside of him. Ooh, that sounds weird. So Bruno comes out, they had the little fight, but in the end, Giorno decides that he's not going to kill Bruno, and he also decides, hey Bruno, you're not gonna kill me either. Well, I'm glad that you decided that for him, Giorno. He's like, nah, you know what? You're gonna join me. I'm gonna be the top gangster of this city. And you're going to be at my side. And Bruno's like, what? Huh? Huh? And they did have this interesting moment. So what Bruno did to kind of deflect the hit that Giorno made for the first hit, he replaced his arm with the arm of the person he was hiding in. And I guess he did this rather quickly, as we didn't see it. You know, it was an off-screen thing. It's just like, boop! I replaced the arm. Haha! Giorno noticed hesitation at first. So when he goes to look at the arm, he noticed that the arm had, like, shots in it. You know, he was noticing that the person that he took the arm from was shooting up. He was doing drugs. And it reminded him of the drug problem that they're having right now. And I don't know. Once again, I don't know if I'm reading this right, because maybe the subs are a little bit wonky, but he looks at the person's ID and he says, how old is this person? 13. And I'm just like, he's 13? That's the buffest 13-year-old I've ever seen. But then again, this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, Jotaro at the beginning of his series at Stardust Crusaders, he was supposed to be, what, 15? He's the buffest 15-year-old ever. I don't know. I guess he was 13. But yeah, I really did like this episode a lot. So far, I've got good feelings about part 5 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So it seems like it's going to have to do a lot with gang fights, but of course Koichi and Jotaro are playing a role in here, and they're good guys. They're probably generally against gangsters, so they'll probably be like, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing these bad things. But I don't know what role they're going to play in yet, because they were in the background, or well, they weren't in this episode at all, and then they were kind of halfway in the background in the first episode, and then we also have the fact that he's Dio's son, so we got the vampire stuff floating around in there. But we know Giorno's motivation, and we don't know that much about Bruno, but we know that he's a good guy. At heart. At heart, he's a good guy. You probably shouldn't be putting fingers in people's mouths. That's probably bad, Bruno, but other than that, yeah, he's good on the inside. You just gotta open him up. Open up that zipper and look into his heart. So really excited to see what we have going in the future. So we'll get back to this next week. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to comment below how you felt about the episode and leave a like on the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Program restart.